this, Courtney. Where you going? Thank you, Lil. Thank you, Lil. Stay there, Court. No foul. Get back, get back. Right. 13, Court. 13. Up, Maya. Thank you. Pusher. Pusher. Thank you. Hey, Maya. Too soft. You got to be aggressive up top. Trailer. Trailer. White. White. Hey. Madison. Give me back. All right. Okay. Let's go. Okay. No help. There you go. Get your hand on. There you go. Shot, come here. Shot, come here. Maya, come here. Let's go. That point on the line already. That two on the line. Up, up. No foul, Court. Turn around. Get there, Maya.
And back to the action here at Dublin-Scioto High School. It is Jeremy Scott here for the Katie Smith Classic as pushing the ball down the floor. Nova Village gets on the board for two, and the score 3-2. As there's a steal by Village. Village coming down the other end, and there's a traveling violation, and that was number 15, Rankins, who just had a little bit of an issue with that pass. And so it's OSP who takes back over. The score 3-2, the Flames on top. And a foul on the other end. And that was Limbs, Madison Limbs on that foul. As Sarah Williams will now step to the line. to attempt a pair. Referee trying to get everything set up. Of course, we'll have action for you here all day long from Dublin-Scioto High School as Williams misses that free throw. Williams looking to put her team up by 2. Second shot up, and it is good. So the score 4-2. The Flames on top of Nova Village by a pair. That is done playing the point. Little bounce pass inside. Turnaround, jump shot, up and bank shot, good. Good shot there by Limbs to tie the game, 4-4. Williams. And that pass just a little too high for Hughes, and so Nova Village gets the ball back. That's Burrell. She's tripped, and that's going to be a foul on OSP. I do believe they're going to get Williams on that trip. We're 10:34 to go here in the first half of this first game of the first ever Katie Smith Classic here at Dublin-Scioto High School. Jeremy Scott here at the table. Kayla Cazell on the camera. There's a shot, and that's up and good. Done for 2, makes the score 6-4. Taking it inside, putting it up, and having it rejected. And off of her, that was number 1, Colath, Mallory Colath. And they're going to say that was actually off of Nova Village. And so they stack up, get ready to inbound this ball. They break, and there's a pass in the left corner. Back inside it comes, putting it up and missing that shot. And Nova gets the ball back. That was Fry, Kayla Fry, who missed that shot, and then there was a foul on Fry. And so Nova has it back up 2. Into the right corner, there's a shot, that's up, that's no good, and that's rebounded by OSP. And so OSP, the Flames, are going to push this ball back down the floor. Pass in the left corner. That one's up and rejected. Nice little defensive play there by Nova. Back to the point it comes. Up top. Over to the left corner. There's a shot that's up and good. That's a 3-point shot. And the Flames regain the lead by 1. That was Johnson. So Nova down 1. Up to the top, that's done. Done. Pushing it inside, putting it up, that's no good. That's rebounded by Johnson. OSP now on offense. That's Colath. Pass over to the low post, that's up, that's no good. Rebounded by number 33, Limbs. Madison Limbs pushing the ball down the floor, playing the point on this possession for Nova. Gives it off to Dunn. Dunn. Over to the right wing, and Bradley. There's a shot that's up, and that's going to be short, and out of bounds it goes, and OSP gets the ball back. Mallory Colath playing the point here. Gives it off to Fry. Back to Colath. Over to the left. Back up top to Colath. Colath pushing it inside, bounces outside. That's a shot that's up, and bank shot is good. 3 points for Fry. Makes the score 10-6. And there's a pass, nobody home. It looked to me like Dunn was looking for Limbs, but Limbs wasn't even watching for the ball as Devoke checks in. Bounce passes to the right corner. Trapped in that right corner. Looking for somebody to pass it to is Cummings. She finally does. Back up top comes to Kolath. Kolath kicks it outside. That's a shot that's up and no good. Rebounded by Fry. She puts it back up. That's no good. And out of bounds it goes off of Nova Village. And OSP gets to keep this one. Inbounds. Kolath drives it inside, puts it up. That's no good. That's rebounded by Fry. She misses that shot. And back comes Nova Village. So a lot of different opportunities there for OSP. Not able to do anything with that possession. On the other end, that's up. That's no good. And it looked like Lims' shot was kind of contested by a couple of Flames players. And so OSP gets it back. Pushing it inside, kicking it outside to Kolath. Kolath in the left corner. She'll keep this motion going. Fry over to the right corner, onto the baseline, driving it baseline, reverse layup, up and good. Mallory Kolath, nice looking shot there, makes it a 12-6 lead for the Flames. There's a three-point shot, that's up, that's short, and it's going to be taken by the Flames, so good job there by number 21 Cummings to save that ball before it went out of bounds. OSP gets this possession. Kolath, bounce pass over to Hughes. Hughes driving it inside into the lane. She has the ball stolen away from her. Back comes Nova Village on the other end. Dunn. Inside, and that's a traveling violation. Couple of substitutions to speak of here for OSP. Numbers 23 and 24, Gupta and Conrad check in as number 40 Johnson checks out, as does number 15 Hughes. Timeout on the floor, 12-6 the score. We're at 5:56 to go here in this first half, and we'll be back right here on GBA TV. Back to the action here at the first ever Katie Smith Classic. The OSP Flames lead Nova Village 12-6. Flames on offense, that's Gupta. Gupta kicking it over to Kolath. And Kolath is going to be called for a walk, and Village gets the ball back. Dunn at the point for Nova Village. It's Riley. Riley trying to drive it and loses it to Fry. So Kayla Fry gets it back for the Flames. Over to the right corner, and that's going to be a foul. That foul will be on Nova Village. That'll be on number 24, Clark. Pass onto the baseline. Cross-court pass. There's a long three-point shot for Kolath. That's up, that's no good, and out of bounds it goes. It's going to go off of Nova Village. It looked like a couple of Village players were going for that rebound. They collided into one another. That caused the ball to go out of bounds, and so the Flames keep possession. Low post shot. That's up and no good. Rebounded by Gupta. Nope. It's going to be taken by number 21, Cummings. And that foul on number 2 for Nova Village. Don't actually have a number 2 on my roster over here, so we'll try and get that name here. Inbounds pass to Kolath. Kolath kicking it inside. Outside, that's a shot, that's up, and that's a little bit too long. Rebounded there by Dunn. Dunn pushing the ball down the floor. Dunn into the lane and loses, and it's going to be off of OSP. So Dunn actually didn't lose control of it. It was knocked out of bounds. A couple of subs to speak of here. Numbers 33 and 6, Limbs. 33 and 6, Burrell for Nova Village. That's Burrell inbounding, and she does to Limbs. No, I'm sorry, that is to Dunn, who puts it up. That's no good. And rebounded by the Flames. As Colath is going to push the ball down the floor now for OSP. Over to Gupta. Gupta pulls up, shoots it. That's up, that's no good. There to get it and put it up and in there. That is number 24, Amy Conrad, and that makes it a 14-6 ball game. Dunn. Call on the offense. Over to Riley. Over on the left wing. That is Dunn. Dunn at the top. Guarded by Gupta. And Dunn tried to spin inside, and she lost it. It was stripped away from her by the Flames, and so OSP has possession once again. Gupta over to Colath. As Maya Bradley's going to check in, and Kadeen Dunn is going to check out for Nova Village. Trying to get some offense going here. They've got a little bit of a cold streak going. Nova Village hasn't scored in quite some time. We're at 3:38 to go here in this half. Over to the foul line. Inside, that's up, and getting fouled on her way up is number 6, Burrell. And so Courtney Burrell is going to go to the free throw line, and she's going to see what she can do there. She's going to see if she can break that scoreless streak I was just talking about. First shot up, and rims out of there, no good. Burrell is going to go back to the line for the second shot, and that one pretty much a carbon copy of the first one as it's stripped away by Nova Village. There to get it is Bradley. There's a shot, that's up, and that's no good, and Colath going for it for the Flames, but she loses it to Burrell. So Burrell has it on the baseline, and she gives it off to Limbs. Outside shot, that's a three-point look, that's up, that's no good. And that's going to be over the back. That one's going to be called on Conrad. So Amy Conrad's going to be called for that foul as number 21, Cameron Cummings, gets set to check back in here for the Flames. And she does, and checking out will be Amy Conrad, who just committed that over the back foul. So Nova on offense. Into the low post, that's up, nice look, no good though, and then second shot is stripped away from the shooter, and it's going to go back. The possession error, nope, they're not going to say possession error. They're going to say that's actually a foul, and that foul on number 33, Limbs. So lots of opportunities there for Nova Village. Weren't able to do anything with it. And back comes OSP on offense. That one's stripped away. Nova Village back on offense, having some trouble corralling that pass, and then they finally do lose it. They lose it to OSP, and that's Gupta who's got it. Gupta. In the left corner, on the left wing. Cross-court pass to Gupta. Gupta into the short corner. She kicks it outside. That's a shot. That's up, and that is good. That's two. That is two for the Flames. That makes it 16-6. That was Kayla Fry on the shot. Burrell to the foul line, and she has it stripped away from her, and back comes OSP. OSP showing some good defensive prowess here early on as Gupta gets it back. Gupta driving it inside, having it stripped away from her. Nice defense there on the part of number 6, Burrell, to give the ball back to Nova. Nova on the other end, that's up, that's no good. That's rebounded by Bradley, but Bradley stepped on the end line, and so it's going to come back to OSP as numbers 40 and 15 check back in, Johnson and Hughes. Gupta checks out, as does Corial. We're at 1:43 and winding on this first half clock. Into the right corner, that's a shot that's up and good. That's a three-point bucket for Fry, and now OSP has expanded its lead to 13, 19-6 the score. Riley over to Bradley on the right wing. Bradley guarded by Colath. Kicking it outside. Keeping it on the outside. Burrell, she's going to take a shot. That's up, that's no good. Rebounded by Fry. Up to Kolath. Bounce pass into the low post. Kicking it back outside. To Hughes. Back to Kolath. She'll attempt a three-pointer. Long off the back of the iron. Pulled down by Fry. Fry on the baseline. That's up. That's no good. So second shot opportunity not there for OSP. And Nova has it back with under a minute to play. We're actually at 40 seconds and winding on this clock. On the other end, that's Maya Bradley who attempted that shot. It was no good, just a little bit short. Wasn't a bad look for her, but OSP pulls it down. And now Kolath is going to try to take a coast-to-coast, kick it over to number 21 Cummings. Just a little bit too strong for her, and that's too bad if you're an OSP fan because I think Cummings had an easy shot at the bucket there. She had an easy path there. It was wide open for her, but out of bounds it goes. And Nova Village has it back with 14 seconds to go here in this opening half. Three-point look on the other end. No good. Pulled down by Fry. Fry up ahead it comes. That's over to Hughes. Hughes to Cummings. Cummings is fouled. And I think the foul occurred before the buzzer. And so Cameron Cummings is actually going to get a chance to put more points on the board before the half. The scorekeepers for each team trying to get things sorted out. Second shot is up and no good for Cummings, and that is how the first half will end. With a score 19-6, we'll be back with the second half right here on GBA TV. And the teams have huddled up, and we are ready for the second half of play here. Don't forget, we'll have action all day long. The Cincy Swish versus Huntsman Select will be next. And that game, approximately 9:05 here on GBA TV. And it will be Nova down 13 on offense first to begin the second half of play in this 8th grade game here at the first ever Katie Smith Classic. Kicking it outside, that's a shot that's up, and that is no good for Bradley. Pulled down by the Flames. Colath playing the point. Up ahead to Cummings. Over in the low post, that's a shot, that's up, that's no good. There to clean it up is Johnson, and not able to do anything with these second opportunities, second, third, fourth opportunities, and finally there's a foul called, that foul on Nova. And so Emma Johnson will step up to the charity stripe, and she will see what she can do there. Johnson's first shot is up and short. Burrell and Riley check in for Nova as Dunn and Bradley check out. Johnson at the line. That shot is up and good. So Johnson 1 for 2. That trip to the charity stripe makes it 20-6. OSP on top. Over to the right wing. Pulling up, taking that shot, and short on that shot is Burrell. And out of bounds it goes, back to OSP. Bradley and Dunn checking back in. Riley and number 2. Again, we don't have a number 2 on this roster, so we're just kind of rolling with what we do have here. Over to Johnson. She has it stripped away from her. Johnson has it taken away, and pushing the ball up the floor is Rankins. And that's Burrell. Up top to Limbs. Limbs drives it inside. That's up. That's no good. Rebounded by Colath. Up ahead. There's an outlet pass over to Cummings. Cummings is going to pull up and let the offense do its thing over the right wing. And there's a bounce pass, kind of an ill-advised pass to Johnson, and that's taken away. Taken away by Nova Village, pushing the ball down to the other end, putting it up and in there. And Nova Village just broke a scoreless streak there, and that was number 33 Limbs on that shot to make it 20-8. And stealing it away is Nova. So Nova's got it back now. That's Bradley. Over comes to Dunn. Into the right corner, that is Rankins. Back outside to Dunn. Over to Limbs. Limbs drives it inside, puts it up with the left hand. That's up, that's no good. And there's a scrum for that loose ball, and it's Nova Village who ends up with it. That's Limbs who ends up with it, actually. And there's a foul. That foul on Colath. And they're going to say that was a shooting foul. And so number 6, Courtney Burrell, will step up to the free throw line for Nova Village. Burrell's first shot is up. Swish. 20-9, could be 20-10 here, depending on what Courtney Burrell can do here at the foul line on the second shot, as Johnson checks out, as does number 21 Cummings for OSP. Checking in Coriel as Burrell's second shot is up and good. 20-10 the score. Flames on top by 10. Hughes taking it coast to coast. On the baseline she goes, and she's fouled on her way up. And so Kate Hughes now will go to the free throw line, and she will see what she can do. She will see if she can put her team back on top by a dozen. They just had a 12-point lead a second ago before those free throws by Burrell. Hughes' first shot rims out, no good. Second shot, and that one rims in there, good, to make the score 21-10. The Flames on top by 11. That is done. Over to Bradley. Bradley with a shot, short, and that's pulled down by Williams. Sarah Williams on the rebound. Williams. Gupta trying to chase that ball down and not able to do so. So that pass by Williams over to Gupta, just a little bit too strong for Gupta. She wasn't able to quite catch up to it. And so Nova Village gets the ball back. Over the left wing, that's Burrell. Back up top, there's a shot that's up, and that is no good for Dunn. And jump ball, possession arrow will favor OSP. So the Flames will get this ball with 11-12 to go here in the second half. Gupta pushed the ball down the floor, loses control of it, and that's taken away by Dunn. Into the lane, and up, and getting fouled on her way up was Riley. Non-shooting foul. They're going to say that that foul happened before the shooting occurred, so taking the ball out is Riley. That shot up, no good from three-point land for Nova Village, and then it's taken away by Riley. Riley just kind of out-muscled the OSP players there to get the ball back for Nova. Driving a baseline, Riley, she's up, and she's going to go to the free throw line, and Rosia Riley will go and shoot a couple of free throws here because of that foul by OSP. Rosia Riley at the free throw line. First shot up and just a little too strong. As checking out for OSP is Sarah Williams. As that second shot is up, and that is no good. Does not fall for Rosia Riley. And that foul called on OSP. As Cameron Cummings will check in, and Amy Conrad will sit for the Flames. In the left corner, that is Rankins, and she gives it up to Dunn. Dunn being guarded by Coriel. There's a shot that's up and good. That one bounces in there. Nice looking shot there for Dunn. Sometimes it's just nice to get a little help from the rim, but however you got to do it, you do it. And it happened there for Nova Village as they steal the ball back. And that's going to be a foul on Gupta. Good job there by Riley to step in front of that pass, take it away. Gupta called for the foul. And number one, Kolath is going to check back in, and Gupta will sit. Dunn at the point, calling out the offense. 21-13 the score. Nova Village has cut this to a single-digit lead, for OSP, as Riley's in the left corner. Bounce pass inside, that's up and no good for Limbs. And taken by Kolath. Kolath 1-on-3 right now. And she's going to pull up and let the offense do its thing. Coriel over to Hughes. There's a shot for three. That's up. That's no good for Fry. And out of bounds, it's going to go off of OSP. As Conrad checks back in, and Fry is going to sit. That's done. Inside. Shot up, good. Banked it off of the backboard, and it's a 6-point advantage now for the Flames, who at one point led by over a dozen. There's a steal. That's up for Dunn. That's no good. And it's Nova there to clean it up. There's a shot by Riley that's a little bit too strong, and that's pulled down by Conrad. Kolath. Bounce pass into the short corner. That's up and good. That one falls for Hughes. And the score, 23-15. OSP on top by 8. Three-point shot for Dunn. A little too strong. And it's rebounded by Coriel. Kolath up ahead. It's over to Cummings, and that's a foul on Nova. As 2 and 6 check in for Nova. Again, we don't have a number 2. I've got to stress that, but Courtney Burrell is number 6. She just checked in for Nova Village. Inbounds, it comes to Colath, and that's taken away. Dunn on the steal. Dunn on the fast break. Shot up and no good on the lay-in, and that is rebounded by Colath. Nice looking defense there by Dunn. Just wasn't able to finish it. And the ball will remain at this end, off of Nova and out of bounds. And OSP will inbound it underneath their hoop. Inbounds to Colath. Colath on the runner. That's up and no good. Rebounded by Riley. Riley to Coriel. And that's going to be a blocking foul on Coriel. They're going to say she didn't have her feet properly set. So Coriel called with the block. And Nova will take it out of bounds as Fry checks in and Coriel checks out. Dunn playing the point. She's going to take a shot, and that's up no good. Rebounded by Conrad. That foul is going to be on Shayla Rankins, number 15 for Nova. 23-15 the score at 8:07 to go here in the second half. Up ahead to Fry. Fry into the short corner, driving at baseline. Fry. Keep herself, have it knocked out of bounds. And OSP retains and maintains possession for that matter as Bradley checks in for Nova Village, and Kadeen Dunn will take a well-deserved rest. She's been all over the place, playing some very scrappy defenses. There's a shot that's up, and that's no good. And rebounded by the Flames. Fry puts it back up. That's no good. Taken by Burrell. 3-point shot for Bradley. That's no good. Collision underneath, and the ball goes out of bounds. And who are they going to say this one's off of? They're going to say it was off of Nova Village. Timeout on the floor with 7:37 to go. The score, OSP Flames 23, Nova Village 15. Back here on GBA TV. OSP Flames ball as we resume game action here. 23-15, the Flames on top by 8. That is Fry who's able to beat that little bit of a press. Up top to Colath. Colath is going to drive it inside, put it up, and no good on the lay-in opportunity. Rebounded by Nova. Nova having it knocked away. And there's a scrum for the loose ball, and it's OSP who eventually ends up with it. Cummings on the other end, layup, good. 25-15, OSP back on top by double digits. At one point, Nova Village was able to cut it to a 6-point advantage, but now OSP is back up by double digits. And losing it is Burrell. She loses it to Colath. Colath. Bounce pass to Fry. Fry with the layup. She is going to be called for a travel, so wave off everything. Kayla Fry called with a travel. That's done. Bounce pass over to Bradley. Bradley on the baseline, pivoting, looking for Dunn. Dunn Going to attempt a three-pointer, banks it in. Good. Good shot there by K. Dean Dunn to make it a 25-18 game. Up ahead it comes to Hughes. Hughes bounce pass outside to Fry. She'll attempt a three-pointer. That one's a little bit short, and it's rebounded by Colath. Bounce pass inside. That's up. That's no good. And trying to follow her own shot is Conrad. Yes. Nova Village, they say touch the ball last, and so it will remain OSP's ball. Inbounds. That's Cummings with a shot. That's short. And second shot opportunity, no good. And off of OSP. And it will be Nova's ball once again. 25-18 the score. 5:50 and winding on the second half clock. Nova Village has 7 points to make up, as that's a shot that's up and good. Make it a 5-point advantage now for OSP, and that was Limbs on the shot. As Nova Village attempts a press. Gupta up ahead and having it taken away. That's an interception, then Gupta gets it back for OSP. She's tied up. She's looking for somebody to pass it to. There's a loose ball. There's a tie-up, and that possession arrow, I do believe, will favor Nova. So apparently I was wrong. It'll be OSP's ball. And that's Johnson to Gupta. And Nova does end up with it, so even though I had the possession arrow favoring Nova, I guess all's well that ends well. Riley driving a baseline, putting it up and in, and now it is a three-point game as Rosiah Riley just banked it in there from the baseline, and there's a press. OSP having some trouble with that press. Gupta, she is in the backcourt. She better get the ball ahead before they get called for a backcourt violation, and indeed, that is a 10-second violation. 25-22. It is a one-possession ball game. Nova Village has the potential to tie this ball game up, as number 1 Colath is going to check back in, and number 24 Conrad will sit. All of a sudden, this has become a really good game as Dunn has it at the point. She's guarded by Gupta. Dunn inside, putting it up, no good. Rebounded by Gupta. She had a nice little spin move there, wasn't able to finish. Colath has it for OSP. Colath over to Fry. In the right corner. That foul on Limbs. 4:13 to go. It's a one-possession ball game. OSP 25, Nova Village 22. Inbounds to Cummings. Over to Colath. Colath, cross-court pass. That's over to Fry. Fry, almost having it poked away from her, bounces over to Colath. Colath in the lane, puts it up. That's no good, and that is rebounded by Riley. Up ahead to Dunn. Dunn on the layup opportunity, no good, and pulled down by Johnson. And OSP wants to talk about things because their lead that at one point was 14 is now down to 3. So with 3:47 to go, OSP Flames call the timeout, and we will be back here on GBA TV. And we are back here at the first ever Katie Smith Classic at Dublin-Scioto High School. It's Jeremy Scott with you. And OSP has a 3-point advantage that at one point was 14 as Fry attempts a shot, no good. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson on the second shot opportunity, no good. Third shot opportunity, that does fall. So OSP back on top by 5. Shot up, no good. And loose ball foul on Nova.
1-1.
And it's going to be a 1-1.
Who was that on? Was that 15 was on?
No, it was 6.
So a 1-1 forthcoming here. As Gupta will sit. Johnson at the foul line. And no good. Rebounded there, though, by Cummings. And Cummings looked like she may have been fouled in the lane. No whistle, and there's a jump ball, and this one will favor Nova Village. So back it comes to them, down 5. And there's a pass that's intercepted. OSP pushing it to the other end. That's Hughes missing on the lay-in. And that's a foul on Limbs. Madison Limbs called with that foul. And so back to the free throw line goes OSP. This one will be Cameron Cummings to attempt these free throws. Of course, she missed those free throws at the end of the first half. And that was how the first half ended. She missed both of them. So she's looking to redeem herself on this trip. Cummings on the first shot. It's good. 28-22. Nwoke checks back in for Nova Village, as Cummings is a little bit too strong on that second free throw. So 28-22 remains the score, and that's Riley. Riley's got it for Nova. Riley on the other end, and she's going to go to the free throw line. She's going to attempt a pair, as that foul is on Kayla Fry. So Rosia Riley will step up to the free throw line, and she will attempt a pair. Riley's first shot. Banks in. Second shot for Riley. Long off the back of the iron, no good. As Fry pushes it down to the other end. Bounces it baseline. That's a shot that's up. That's no good. Rebounded by Johnson, and Johnson fouled. And so Emma Johnson's going to go to the free throw line, as that foul appears to be on Shayla Rankins. Johnson misses on the first, as Courtney Burrell gets set to check back in for Nova. Johnson's second shot is up, and she puts that one in there to make the score 29-23. As Burrell does check back in now for Nova Village. Dunn on the left wing. She'll attempt a three-pointer, and that's no good. Loose ball, and it's Dunn who ends up with it. So the shooter follows her own shot and gets the rebound. Always follow your own shot, they say. That's fundamental basketball right there, as Dunn was pivoting. And timeout called by Nova before a violation could be called. And so with 2:19 to go in the second half, the score, OSP Flames 29, Nova Village 23. We'll be back right here on GBA TV. And we are back to the action here at the first ever Katie Smith Classic. First game of the day. It's an 8th grade game between the OSP Flames and Nova Village. And there's a foul called on Colath for OSP. And so Nova Village has a 1-1 situation coming up here. It'll be Kadeen Dunn to take these free throws. Dunn. No good on the front end of that 1-1. And then it's taken away after being rebounded by OSP. Taken away by Nova. Good job there by Nwoke. Makes it 29-25. That foul on Dunn. And so Kayla Fry will go up to the free throw line for a 1-1. We're at that point in the game where each team is in the bonus. And this is not a 1-on-1 actually. This is going to be a 2-shot opportunity here as Johnson checks out for OSP. And Sarah Williams will check back in. Kayla Fry's second shot is up and it falls. 30-25 now the score. OSP back on top by 5. We're under 2 minutes to go. 1:50 and winding on the second half clock. Can Nova make up the difference? That shot is up and it is short and it's rebounded by Colath. Colath pushing the ball down the other end. Colath for the Flames. Colath taking it coast to coast, putting it up. And Mallory Colath will step up to the free throw line and she will attempt to pair. Her team up 5, looking to add to that lead. Give a little cushion here. As the shot is up, and it is good for Colath. 31-25 now the score. As Limbs will check in, and checking out will be Nwoke. Second shot for Colath is good. 32-25 as Nwoke checks back in, and Burrell checks out. Done. Playing the point, spinning inside. She's going to take it herself, put it up and in. Hey, if you can get the job done yourself like Dunn did just there, why not do it? And there's a full court press by Nova. OSP's got to beat this press. That's Fry, who's trapped in the backcourt. Fry gets a pick, very nice pick there on the part of Cummings to enable Fry to get the ball across. Fry with a shot that's no good, and it was taken by Williams, and Williams just wasn't able to handle it on the offensive board. So it's 32-27. Nova Village down 5, gets the ball back, and we are at 1:12 and winding on this clock. Dunn with a shot, and that's off the side of the backboard and taken by OSP. They're not going to call that out of bounds. I guess she got it just enough in front to warrant no whistle, as Colath had trouble with it, lost it out of bounds, and it's going to come back to Nova Village. Dunn drives inside, lays it up with the left hand, no good, and it's rebounded by Colath. And Colath is fouled, so Mallory Colath, who just made a pair a second ago, is going to go back to the free throw line and see if she can add to this 5-point lead. 49.7 seconds to play here in the second half. As Mallory Colath steps to the free throw line. Colath's shot, good. Second shot for Colath, nothing but the bottom of the net. Clutch free throws there. 7-point lead again for OSP as Johnson checks in and Hughes checks out. That's done with 45 seconds to go. 3-point shot for Limbs, no good. Rebounded by Williams. And that's Fry, and Fry had it, and she got fouled by Dunn, and Dunn doesn't like that call. But it is a 2-shot situation here for OSP. They could potentially go up by 9, depending on what Kayla Fry can do here at the foul line. Fry shot up, and it's no good. The front end of these free throws misses. OSP up by 7. And the second one falls. Corial checks back in, and Fry will sit. 30 seconds to go in this one. Dunn with a long three-pointer, no good. Pulled down by Johnson. Emma Johnson's got it for OSP. Over to Corial, up to Colath. Colath gets the ball across to Johnson. Johnson really wasn't ready for that pass, and there's a tie-up. And I do believe the possession arrow will favor OSP. So keep everything at this end. OSP up by 8 with 15 seconds to go. 15.6 exactly. As Williams will inbound it. And does to Corial. Back to Williams. She's looking to run this clock out as Dunn commits the foul to stop the clock as Bradley checks back in. First shot, no good for Williams. And that shot is good. 36-27. It is a 9-point lead here with 8 seconds to go. 7, 6, 5, 4. Riley inside, dishes it outside, and that shot is up and good for Rankins. So Rankins makes it a little bit more of a palatable score if you're a Nova Village fan. The final, 36-29. The OSP Flames take this one, and we will be back with more action right here on GBA TV.